Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and yes, finally I finished all the testing, and this is the video you were waiting for. All the hidden changes, which is unlisted changes introduced with the latest patch. Those are both good for you and bad for you. Some of them can be bugs. Couple is definitely a bug, at least in my books. So I will cover that all, one by one. And I'm always excited when new patch drops, because you know, it's Bethesda. So there is no bug-free patch, there is no patch without hidden changes. This time, this one was a gem, because there is way more hidden changes than there usually is. And I know we are testing it on public test server, and no, the final game version is never tested on public test server, which makes the anticipation so much bigger. And if you hate this type of anticipation, yeah, it's Bethesda game. Unfortunately, you need to get used to it. It will be like that. It will be like that with Starfield and other games probably too. Personally, I like a little bit of mystery whenever the patch drops. What change? Figuring it out myself. So, first change, I will start from very positive one. You are probably familiar with third start effect, 75% chance to reduce damage by 15% while not moving. And normally, so far, you needed to stand still in order for this effect to work, and crouching was disabled. It's no more. Now, you can crouch and Sentinel will still work. I tested that, so that's so good. For all the stealth builds, you can use Sentinel now. You can stand still and Sentinel will work even when crouched. So this is a very good one. Now, as we are in legendary effect category, 50% chance to hit a target in VATS, increased chance. Unfortunately, at this moment is not working. And there is more effects that is not working, which can explain some of the suspicious nerfs. So maybe those are not nerfs. And what I'm talking about? I'm talking about power attack damage, I'm talking about bash damage, and this VATS hit chance. Those three effects seems to not work at all. So that will explain a drop in damage for, let's say, Shredder minigun. So hopefully this will be fixed. For me it's almost guaranteed to be a bug, unless I don't know about something. No, it must be a bug. No, it must be a bug. As well, I was asked a lot about this mysterious note about changes into two-shot legendary prefix. So that's first star effect. Two-shot is +1 projectiles, +25% damage, penalty to hipfire accuracy, and recoil. So to give you a quick explanation, because patch notes were indicating like a ballistic two-shot is getting a buff, it is not the case. It was a nerf to energy two-shot weapons. So basically how it works now, it's 25% damage additive, so counted from weapon base damage for all weapons. So this is a nerf to energy, because in case of energy weapons before this update, it was multiplicative, which means this extra 25% damage was counting from weapon damage on the card. That's with your bonuses and not from base. I hope that explanation will help you. The good news here is it does not affect launchers, so explosive effects still work the same. Still doubles the damage. Two-shot explosive launchers, all of them, like missile launcher, nuka launcher, grenade launcher, all of them double the damage. Literally double the projectiles. Those, all other weapons, this is fake doubling, as there is +1 projectiles, +25% damage, which is adding 25% damage, then splitting it on half. So, not exactly the same. Possibly a bug. Unyielding work a little bit different now. Gain up to +3 to special, and this used to trigger, the maximum effect used to trigger simultaneously with a nerd rage. And at this moment you need to drop health by 1% more, so you need to be between 18 and 19% health to get +3 to your special. So it seems like you need to drop your health a little bit more to get this effect activated. Was it intended? I don't know. Next we have simultaneously nerf and buff for your ammo farming, and we are talking about Lucky Hole Mine. You probably know this place from all the lead ores that are inside. So that's the entrance to the mine, and maybe first a positive note, a positive change. As you can see, much more enemies is dropping contextual ammo, so you will get way more ammo than before from enemies. There is generally more enemies dropping ammo, and they do drop more ammo overall. So it affects daily ops, expeditions, and regular enemies in the world and inside interiors everywhere across the board. They will drop more ammo for your weapon. Now the nerf. You are probably familiar that on the inside you can find those lead veins. And what's the nerf? If I mine it, I'm getting 4 lead ore because of excavator bonus. So instead of 1, I'm getting 4. That's the same. But if you are not familiar with the mine, you were able to mine each ore 2 to 4 times. So now it's all only once. Result is 1/3 of the yield after running Lucky Hole Mine. So you need to run it 3 times more to get the same amount of lead ore. And this is very interesting one. I don't know really if that is intended or not, but it's really interesting. The turrets, especially the laser turrets, have received a solid buff. Let me show you. They used to just tickle me and do absolutely nothing, and now that they can basically almost eradicate my super tanky build. So those are no joke anymore. They can truly destroy you. As I managed to get back to caution, I want to mention another change. This is a positive one. This I consider a buff for player. The stealth seems to be much more consistent. The sneaking. You are capable of sneaking even in power armor if you are careful. I was trying to sneak around with my holy fire, and as can you see, I am able to sneak carefully in power armor. I will get detected from time to time. It's not like overpowered, I will get spotted. But then, if I kill those enemies that spotted me, I am usually able to get back to caution. So that was almost impossible before when I was wearing power armor. If I got to danger once, it was danger forever. And now you see, I killed this robot back to hidden. So I'm not getting stuck in danger as long as any enemy is alive inside the location. So this is a really good change in my opinion. Something on the back end has been changed, so stealth is way more consistent. And I really like this one. I really like this one. It opens so many possibilities. And I already made a video about Mysterious Stranger, so just very briefly, I was playing with it even more with my dragon, and after they did this server maintenance and fixed something server end, the Mysterious Stranger is capable of hitting an enemy, so somehow his accuracy improved, but in the same time there is a bug with a stranger. Sometimes when the perk triggers, he just do not appear at all. It seems to be related to the server, as if it fails on the server, it fails all the time. If it works all the time. And you already know, but consoles received a next-gen update, so those are running 60 FPS with increased resolution. So basically, if you play on the console, you most likely are having a similar experience to me playing on the PC, when everything is super smooth and nice. Unless you have this rare case scenario that your console is struggling. I heard those reports. I don't know if those are related to console themselves or to the game. Now, very important change. It was kind of mentioned in the patch notes, but in the way that even I couldn't understood what exactly changed. It relates to reset time for script and caps and some other things. Script, we are talking about Legendary Exchange Machine, and I used up my already. Now, when will it reset? So far, it was 20 hours from when you use the machine. It's not like that anymore. Now it resets together with daily ops. So for me, it's 6 p.m. It will happen in 7 hours, 6 p.m. every day. And you can check this timer when you open daily op page. It says how many hours left. In the same time, it's 1 hour after the daily challenges reset. As well, if you have those free rerollers, those reset 6 p.m. Like you are getting free rerollers at 6 p.m. while all the challenges reset at 5. I don't know what's the purpose of this misalignment, but it's worth to know there are 2 reset times, 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. And currently, script and caps are resetting at 6 p.m. It has been added to the reset timers. It's no longer 20 hours after you use the machine. So that's important change. I personally consider it a buff because now I can log into the game after 5 when daily challenges reset. I can max out my script. After I do my daily challenges, the script will reset and I can script more stuff. So if you play or if you plan to play once every 2 days, it is a perfect scenario for you. You can double dip on the reset. Another surprise buff, and it is a huge one, is related to farming with grenades and generally grenade usage. Nuka grenade, for example. You know probably that I always recommended to use it with instigating, because instigating on weapon was carrying to the grenade and it was one of the rare effects carrying to the grenades. It seems like it's better now. I don't know how many, but maybe even all prefixes can carry with some exceptions to the grenade. Look at my damage, 620. Now I'm equipping a bloodied weapon of any kind. 930. The bloodied effect does carry over to the grenade. This is huge. If you are a Nuka grenade user, you know how huge this is for those grenades. You can run them with a bloodied weapon to boost the damage. How wide implication of this change will be, I don't even know. It's hard to say. Will it apply to other weapons like minigun shredder? Will we be finally able to use bloodied efficiently for that purpose? I didn't test all further implications yet. You have fun and let me know if you figure out something more in regards to this change. Next one is energy weapon, and this will be the last one, laser rifle. Some surprising changes not listed. First, when you go under the capacitor and you use anything like wave emitter, whatever capacitor that is adding fire damage, the fire damage works, and on top of that, it is increasing the capacity of the gun by 6. So you can have this refined beta wave tuner or anything else. It all increasing ammo capacity by 20%. I will go for the one with crit damage. And next, another change. If we go for the barrel, if I want to use automatic one, if I want to make it automatic, true, you can see I will lose 12 damage. But align, I will use only 7. It wasn't like that. So align somehow is now superior if you want to go automatic and offers you more damage than true automatic or stabilized automatic barrel. I don't know how much more stuff is affected by those changes to weapon mods. Definitely the laser rifle is one of them being affected, and second weapon supposed to be ultra sight Gatling laser, as it says that capacity is 600 if I equip it with beta wave tuner. Unfortunately, when reloading in game, as you can see, I have only 500 loaded, so you cannot reload for any more. It's still only 500, so I don't know if it's supposed to increase the ammo capacity, or is it a bug that it does it, or is it a bug that it shows that it's supposed. So those are all the changes, unannounced, but present with current patch 44. Let me know which of those changes are the best for you, or which ones are you the most upset about. I hope I cover every single one. I spent last several days investigating those, basically since the patch. So hopefully I got at least 90%. Although, I can be wrong here. Let me know if I missed anything. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.